we discussed distribution models, and the next distribution model is single server one. In the before topic, we discussed how the data has been distributed over several servers. Here, we will only be taking one server. So, the single server distribution model is the simplest approach to handling data in a NoSQL database. Uh, this may not be the most popular approach in the context of NoSQL databases, because NoSQL databases usually use clustered environments to store data. But in some cases where the application can suit a single server distribution model, then we can use only a single server, and only on this single server we can perform the read and write operations. Again, this is completely based on the context and the application. This single server distribution model, it will align better with the specific needs of the application. That's all. That's the only reason why a single server distribution model is used, specifically only for an application. That's it. And when we cannot really complicate it again, a single server distribution model is just using a single server. That's it. It may not work perfectly for large volumes of data, but again, this is dependent on the application completely. There are three characteristics of a single server DM or distribution model. The first one is simplicity. The second one is ideal for certain data models. The third one is trade-offs. The simplicity is, well, whenever you're using a cluster of servers, it is important to manage all of those clusters. Here we are only using one server, so it basically reduces our the need to have more control over all the servers. We can only manage this one server, and that's it. It's basically easier. That's it. It's easier for the developers to manage a single server, and it's ideal for certain data models. Again, it's not for every data model. So whenever the data is not really scattered across many servers, we can directly say it's more secure on this one server, but it is also prone to failure on the single server. And in the cases that it excels, and which applications can basically use this single server is like graph databases. Graph databases perform optimally in a single server configuration. Graph databases work better, basically. And if our application primarily deals with aggregates are literally data points which have not data points, it's like a unit of data which have several elements which have relations between them. And this is where single server DM is used, basically for graph databases and aggregates. This is where you use them. And the trade-offs are, while this approach simplifies management, it may not be suitable for applications with extremely high data volumes, heavy traffic loads, or strict fault tolerance requirements. It's essential to evaluate the specific needs of your application to determine if the single server model is the right choice. Well, we already discussed it in the previous one, because one server is always a dangerous thing, because if the server is completely lost for some reason or another, the data inside it will be lost. And a single server cannot really take care of high data volumes or heavy traffic loads, because again, it's practically impossible to go past a certain limit for these single servers. So it's completely dependent on the application if we want to use a single server or not. And that is single server distribution model.